Hello and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I'm not bad. I'm just spelled that way. Blame my mom. She named me. She's a Cancerian sun sign. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch, as well as Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a Kindle version available of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, and if you like, you can click a link and preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents, where you will see that I primarily designed the book in chakra chapters, different graces and different prayers and practices in the different chakras. There are many chakras in this reading, really. The majority of it is all about chakras, work, career, vocation wise, and it's lovely. The Kindle version, it's pretty, it's clean, it's pristine, but the original version over on patreon.com is a visual Fellini film fest. It really is. Chakra spectrums of color in gradation. It's just lovely. Spell Ingredients is also available on my Patreon platform in our digital store. You don't even need to be a subscriber. Shop. Some of my subscribers get both of those books, and some of them either or as part of their benefit package, but all of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get 3 benefits in common. They get a daily check-in pretty much every single morning. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can chat with me and each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications of said astrological weather, always ending with a meditation, a prayer, a little something to send us on our way, and the best way for me to start my day, considering I am moving from Long Island to Saratoga Springs in the next month. We're just waiting for our closing date for the house. Oh, it's gorgeous up there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the other thing that they get is all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. There is no extended for this one, but the ones that are there are a lot of them, and they're all relationship, soul contract based. They also get an extensive discount with private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that stuff. We'll talk about that again at the end of the video if you want more info. 2 7-day free trials, Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription. You can check us out for 7 days for free, but everyone who has done that has stayed a subscriber for at least a month, so they can get the extensive discount on private sessions, and that's kind of cool. There's a lot of cool stuff going on over there. You can follow us for free. I've been posting more and more public content for people to do so they can catch a whiff of what we're cooking up over there on patreon.com/drawing the circle. So click the link, check it out, look at the menu. There's something that draws it, you know, I have that. There's a lot of cool stuff over there. Yeah, and come play Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons. So you can call me Mal, and you can blame my parents for the name. That's probably why I took this lifetime. I'm like, cool name, let's do that. So let's get down to business. Let's do some explanation for the new crab cakes and their cross-watchers, then we'll jump into the divination. Because I am moving, this is a simpler version of my usual timeless work, career, vocation reads. In this case, we are only using 10 cards instead of the usual 12 or 13. We are going to tell you about those right now. Work, career, vocation is your life purpose, broken down into 3 chunks. Work, career, and vocation, because looking at that all at once, life purpose can be a bit much, for sure. So, talking about chakras, we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype cards. I learned about the 3 levels of power, the 8 chakra system, as well as archetypes. I mean, I had studied Jungian psychology and archetypes before I met MYSS PhD Caroline Myss, but Sacred Contracts was life-changing for me. So this is going to represent what's hovering over your head in the 8th chakra, the archetypal pattern that needs to be alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth, releasing the 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table. So you'll get 1 for work, 1 for career, 1 for vocation. Then we will look at the next 4 chakras down with the daughters of of the moon. The crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart working downwards. The internal, the creative intuition, the world behind your eyes that you may or may not share with anybody else. We'll get 3 of those. We will get the lower 3 chakras, solar plexus, sacrum, and root, with the mythic tarot, the masculine energy, the yang dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside in like a mirror, or you on the inside looking out at different people, places, and things, relationships that you have in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself in the world. And love this deck a lot. There could be mirroring in that too, particularly with cross watchers. We'll talk about that in a minute. And we are going to end with card number 10, a Matt Kahn healing mantra, so that in particular the cross-watchers who are always welcome on my channel, if your intention is to get some sympathy, empathy, insight, and understanding for, in this case, the Cancerians you are cross-watching for, because oftentimes cross-watchers show up in the reading, like it can be a reading for them, particularly if there is a lot of mirroring going on, and at least the mantra could be helpful. And as the cross-watcher supports the Cancerian in their alignment, work, career, vocation-wise, they're helping all of the Cancerians who are watching this do it as well, because that's how quantum unity works, apparently. So I think that's enough explanation. Let's get down to divination. That shift from one to the other happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise you, I will do my best to help anybody fulfill their sacred contracts, what they came in to do, so that they can shift to a more golden rather than leaded timeline, taking all of us along with them in the quantum unity of it all, right? To become a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser Cancerian, for in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, and that's just going to benefit everybody. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. Let's get into the still point. I love you, Cancerians. Please take a nice deep breath. My mom's a Cancerian sun sign. Still point. Pantheonic override. Oh, she just got serious. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs, in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done, beloved pantheons of the divine. What's going on in the 8th chakra for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers in the 8th chakra of their work? First level of power, survival, how they survive in the world, what's going on in the 8th chakra of their career. Second level of power, what they hunger and yearn for, their passion, their thirst and all of that, their creative intuition. And what's going on in the 8th chakra of their vocation? 8th chakra, dominant level of power, the spiritual power, the mystical power, the symbolic level of power. Ooh, I'll take that one in this timeless work, career, vocation read. Now, usually I would flip these over, but my guides are like, do it this way for a change, and I like it. We're going to put the Daughters of the Moon and the mythic down, work, career, vocation, face down as well, and then we'll flip them over, work, then career, then vocation. Please take a nice deep breath. I love this. Still point. My goddess's override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown in their work. What's going on? Heart, throat, third eye, crown. In the heart, throat, third eye, crown, dominant, second level of power, career. There, the internal, the internal. What do the Cancerians and the cross-watchers need to know about this pivotal, particularly cardinal creative water career here? And what's going on? Heart, throat, third eye, crown for their vocation. That one. Okay. Good. Let's get these 3 on the table and then we'll start flipping. Please take a nice deep breath. still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all. With harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what do the Cancerians and the Crosswatchers need to know, need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world, in their work. What's going on? Same thing in their career. That one popped right out. And for their vocation in this timeless chakra read. Here we go. First level of power. Work, how you survive in the world. Not everybody makes their money through their work. I don't. I am a producer and a president, but I make my money in my career as an artist and a healer and all of that. So, okay, well, we're off with a bang, as it were. You've got the Samaritan archetype in the 8th chakra in your work. It is a divine family archetype and has quite a reputation, a history, particularly the story of the Good Samaritan with someone from Samara, right? Or Sumatra, Samara, I think it's Samara, right? Like an appointment in Samara. So written on the card here is a shadow attribute and the light. I call this lead, this gold. There are 3 symbolic atoms in there that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed or released. That's how we do the alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? So the shadow or the leaded Samaritan, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. In other words, it's not really helping. It's bait with a hook in it, right? Oh, I'm making an anonymous donation and I insist on having a statue and a plaque made in my honor. You know, something engraved would be lovely, right? Now, the light attribute refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And believe me, I deal with the Samaritan archetype within myself. You can have an archetype reason, season, or lifetime. Mine tends to pop up for reasons every now and again. It's not really dominant in who I am because I'm always willing to serve. But it's that thing about the help you offer. So in work, that makes sense. Now, on the inner, heart, throat, third eye, crown, you got a major arcana card. When it's a major arcana card, it's usually a fusion or an alignment of those chakras in that zone. So heart, throat, third eye, crown, you got the Phoenix, which is the death card. Not a bad thing for you to be rising from ashes within yourself, right? So there's a transformation going on inside of you. Really, that's going to hit all of those in that zone, particularly with 10 of Swords on the outer. Now, this could easily be in a job situation with lots of people, a corporation, like a 10, where it's done, it's toast. Well, it's mental toast, Swords being the element of air. You may have been stuck between a rock and a hard place here while you're going through this internal transformation, but the sun is rising in there, and we have, you really don't want to get caught between Athena and the Furies, also known as the Eumenides, because if Euripides, Eumenides, such a stupid joke, thank you, Frasier, for that one. Some jokes you just never forget, unfortunately. So look, in your work, whatever is going on in the outside world here, I don't know if you're done there, but certainly all of the information is on the table, almost like the judgment card in that sense, right? Where a final thing can be made, but with the Samaritan on the inside, you really want to pay attention to that. You know, your creative intuition in terms of your work right now is going through, and that's the thing about the element of fire, which why the Phoenix, fire is the element of transformation, though this is a spirit or major arcana card. You can't unburn a cookie, right? There's no going back from that. So whatever's going on in this 10 of Swords is serving you, though it may suck. All right, that's all I'm saying. And there are probably people that you would rather ignore in whatever this situation is. Man, I can see that with the actors strike big time. And in your career, you have got the prostitute archetype. Now, don't freak. Everybody has the prostitute archetype. It's a survival family archetype. The child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. Remember, as horrible as any archetype sounds, is as gorgeous and magnificent and brilliant as it is in its light. And the reverse is also true, right? Oh, the lover archetype in the lead, it's a fucking nightmare, pardon my French. So everybody has this, right? Everybody has a price, so they say. So the lead of the prostitute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. Like staying in a job that is slowly killing you for the paycheck, the prostitute is the guardian of faith versus comfort. The light you are shooting for accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Right? And we learn how to do this from a very young age, practically at birth. The families we incarnate into, the society, the time we incarnate into, right? There's all sorts of ethical murkiness around that, right? Well, how much money are they offering, right? It's like, I could always turn this career around and go just open an OnlyFans account. I would. I have everything I need to do it. This is not who I want to be in my life. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Blessed be, to each their own. But that's the thing. I haven't had to for yet one more year, right? So I don't negotiate the power of my spirit. It pisses people off left, right, and center, which is sort of an extra little perk if you're feeling me, Cancerians. Well, and sure enough, here's another air card, but it's the 6 of Blades, and you're happy for that. Now, the key word written on here is manipulation, but that's like, mantras do that, affirmations do that, therapy does that, journaling does that. This is your creative intuition, your second level of power in your career here. So it's a 6. Balance is the number of 6, right? 3 is a solid tripod. 6, you really have that balance there. And with the Ace of Cups on the outer, it does feel like an offer of love or some kind, not necessarily romantic, right? But an emotional opportunity is either coming to you, a message being given from you. It's not the Page of Cups, it's Aphrodite. Sweet and flighty, surfing around in her see-through nightie with a big old cup. Makes any drag queen's hand look small. I mean, my goodness gracious, it's practically as tall as she is, right? So if this is being offered to you, some kind of like sweet, emotional, maybe an intuitive hit on something in your career, really the mental part seems to be carrying through, but I think that 6 of Blades on the inner might be a direct result of what you're dealing with at this 10 of Swords on the outer in your work, right? Because how many of us have worked horrible jobs to start our own careers that are without a lot of the things that we wouldn't have known otherwise, right? Everything happens for a purpose. Reason is a human invention. The gods do not truck in reason, particularly when it comes to, ooh, I like this a lot in your vocation, and another major arcana card. Okay. The networker, a creative family archetype of the 9 different families. So you've got a divine family, a survival family, and a creative family. The networker in its shadow conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. And I've been saying it when this one and others like it pop up. If you're seeing that in the outside world, now how have we been seeing that? Yeah, we've been seeing that in the outside world, just the internet alone, right? Catfishing and all of that, right? Spreading fear and falsehood. That's a norm. So if we see it in the outside world, it's not always you spot it, you got it. But if you have it in your energy field or are dealing with that, certainly your alchemy on this will help heal that and release that pattern from the world. The light you are looking for enhances unity through the sharing of information. So sharing of information, not always so internet-based, engendering social awareness and empathy. And all the water signs have a basic core of empathy. I'm a Pisces moon. I can feel everybody's everything. And that took time to learn how to develop that as an intuitive skill to serve others and to get, oh, maybe 2% of this is me. But, that's the tricky empathy. But that empathy of that Ace of Cups flowing here might very well be a connection to this, because inside you've got the Pisces card, Mutable Water, the Maiden of Cups, Mami Watu, the Mermaid. So here we're looking at Mutable Water. You might feel all sorts of different ways about this spiritually, or it can mean that your heart chakra, I would say element of water, heart chakra, is kind of going back and forth in this, kind of cleaning and purifying itself as a result of or inspiring the information vibration that you share in the world. If you don't have any planets in Pisces, that's okay. Look at what's going on in your 12th house. 12th house dynamic is the unconscious, right? I mean, if you have your chart, you can see where Pisces is. That's usually a little personal clue that makes a general reading a bit more on the money, or a puzzle piece at least. So certainly, regardless of that, your heart, third eye crown, it's emotional. So be very, very clear about what you are communicating in the world, particularly with the Empress as your lower 3 chakras here. Demeter, mother of Persephone, the goddess. Everyone says she's the goddess of the earth. She's really the goddess of the topsoil, the feeding earth, right? She's not like the lava underneath it all, because she's really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. I'll never stop saying that. So we are looking at a bit of a matriarchal thing here with the Empress. The Empress is the amalgamation of all the queens in the court cards of the tarot. So the Spirit Queen, and this is about abundance and fertility. We often do see the Empress as pregnant, and here Demeter is pregnant, most likely with Persephone, and experiencing that abundance, but it is definitely the Divine Feminine card. Now, I've said it over and over in my readings. When I say Divine Feminine, that's not just about DNA and genetics, right? Gender. It is about an energy that someone radiates. So this could be you from the outside looking in. It wouldn't shock me, because Cancerians are the mothers of the zodiac, ruled by the moon and all of that. Though this is very earthy, remember it's also spirit, right? A spirit card, major arcana. Or this could be someone in your life, or a phase in your life where the abundance that's coming to you really does feel like it's coming from your vocation, your life purpose, which, our spiritual calling, our spiritual power here to actually embody that. Because even if there is somebody in your life from the inside looking out who's embodying that, we're all one. So it's not about emulating what they do or trying to become them. It's about allowing yourself to feel all of that. And it might be, oh, I'm so happy for them and I'm really jealous at the same time, and to kind of feel that out. But certainly how you communicate yourself as a networker is going to be a big difference. Now, I will say, usually one of the 3 levels of power has leverage. I'm going to say it's probably in the Prostitute, because we all have a fear of surviving, or I should say not surviving, right? And what's your price, right? It's like people could offer me a lot of money to do a lot of things that I don't want to do. There are a lot of things I used to do that I don't do anymore. I used to do house blessings, which is an exorcism. I don't do them anymore. I'm going to be doing it for my new house, though. I'm very excited for that, and I'll purify this place. It shall be shriven before I leave, for sure. I don't leave any, magical spider webs in the corners for the new people who will be buying this place when I sell up. So, so a Samaritan prostitute networker contract here. This kind of makes sense. I mean, there is a distribution of feminine energy in the lower 3 chakras, because we got the Eumenides, and Athena there. We've got Aphrodite, and we've got Demeter. So this definitely feels like lower 3 chakra intuition is really going to serve you in terms of the larger overarching sense of life purpose in terms of your vocation. But there is an opportunity with that Ace of Cups there of whether or not you will set a price and negotiate your spirit or not, and be like, no, I'll be fine, I will survive, I have faith. And I think you have every reason to have faith with the 6 of Blades on the inner. You're seeing things in a balanced way, which is good, but that 10 of Swords with the Death card and the Samaritan, that's problematic. I could feel that. So let's get the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra on the table. I'll read it from the Bookie Book. It's the only Bookie Book read in this series this time around. Usually I do Lord Ganesha and the chakra reading cards and all of that, but we're keeping this one brief. Too late. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers fulfill their life purpose by alchemizing their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth in this Samaritan, prostitute, and networker read. Rewriting the subconscious. I love this one. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. I think there we have it, and that would certainly make sense with your center lane here, right? That Ace of Cups coming in, that could very much you be giving that cup of love to yourself, right? And saying, I'm going to do my best to really embrace when I am feeling good. Now, I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book because it says right in there, the less often you will experience negativity. It doesn't erase it from your life. And yes, rewriting the subconscious. There's NLP, there's EFT, there's affirmations, there's, Zen underwater basket weaving, whatever it is. People have been trying to rewrite their subconscious in some of the most difficult, complicated, and often spiritual ego ways to deny what they're feeling in spiritual bypass, where this is different. This is a totally different approach. And I like this one a lot. When I get it, I'm like, yay. So here we go. The more I embrace feeling good, like, I don't know, oh, that shower was wonderful. That bath was just it, right? Just to stay there for a minute, right? The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis, regardless of the way life unfolds. And I think whatever's unfolding here in your work situation, external world is probably tricky that way. In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. And that's what I mean. We're like born into these patterns, not just from our family and our ancestral lineage, as though that wasn't enough, about where we incarnated and when we incarnated and what was going on in the world, right? Like Generation X here, we got the best music, I'm just gonna say. Tainted love. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. So this isn't about like not feeling your feelings. Emotional freedom doesn't mean you're free from feeling the uncomfortable emotions. It just means that you're free to feel them without burning down or, for a water sign, flooding the village, right? This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings. And there is an ace on the table. Now, I will say, I just did the Gemini read. They got the same card in the same place. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, or you are a Gemini cross-watching, you might want to check that out, because I know that hit in the exact same place. So, the cards are on the table. Let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation, and then we'll talk about cool stuff if you want to hang around for it. Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath last time. Still point. And let us end as we began. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and crosswatchers who are watching this video and were drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth in their work, by refining their capacity to help those they would prefer to ignore as they go through this internal transformation, more likely rising from ashes than going to them, as a result of a Ten of Swords. All the data's on the table. There is an end of a cycle here. Maybe the truth has come out. Maybe the truth has been revealed, and that might certainly be the case, which would mean may they be blessed with all that they need in their career to accentuate the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of their spirit as they stay in a mental balance with the Six of Blades within. Definitely third eye, but might also temper what it is that they speak or say or communicate to the outside world about what's going on the inside. And though there is an opportunity, an Ace of Cups coming to or from them, offering it to themselves, offering it to someone else, or someone offering it to them, a seed of happiness that can be grown, that definitely feels like they're leveraged pantheons of the divine, and may they be blessed with all that they need in their vocation. To enhance unity through sharing of information, engendering social awareness, and empathy, considering they've got a very strong empathic vibe on the inside, with the Maiden of Blades, Maiden of Cups, Mami Watu, that would be the Knight of Cups in Rider-Waite Tarot, the Piscean card, Dolphin Shark, Crab, 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 Dolphin Shark. Well, hopefully they present themselves, that they are in this place, or they are embodying the energy of Demeter as the Empress, the feeding, nurturing, divine, feminine that she is as the Empress, or maybe that is a stage in their life where they are pregnant in some way, shape, or form, maybe literally, but one that the emotions are moving through them, a lot of intuition and a lot of heart chakra to back this up, so that they can, of course, do all of this by rewriting the subconscious, simply by embracing feeling good. And as they do that, the less often they will feel bad. So pantheons of the divine, may my beloved Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers be blessed with all that they need to fulfill their life purpose, to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to become happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser versions of themselves in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivated. And so it is. I love this music. Thank you, Jenny Grace. If you liked the video, please do hit the thumbs up. It helps other Cancerians and cross-watchers find it. You want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe, notification bell, comment, all that stuff. I do like a good comment section. And by all means, do check out Patreon. I mean, everybody's got a Patreon nowadays, so it seems. But mine's a lot of fun. And we're building a lovely community there. And they're getting behind-the-scenes stuff. Even the people who are just following us for free without being subscribers are getting public content. I just did one earlier today, kind of showing them the creative chaos that I am living through in this process of packing and moving with all the magical stuff up there. All of the statues are all lined up across my my dresser in my bedroom. It's a little intimidating to have friends over, you know what I mean, in the bedroom. So talking about embracing a good time. So yeah, check it out. 7-day free trials. You can shop in our store. There's a lot of stuff you can do without actually subscribing, but all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount. Everyone who has tried the 7-day free trial has stayed at least a month so they could get the extensive discount. I love it. There's so much going on there. They keep giving us new stuff. They just sent us new stuff we can do. I'm like, once I'm moved and unpacked, we'll get to that. And I love them. And I don't work for them. I work with them. And I think they're wonderful. Check it out if you need them. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a video in the description box, with or without Patreonic intervention, of course, called Booking Private Sessions with Mel. It explains everything you need to know, how to book me, what I charge, if I'm traveling, and all of that. Zoom record. And I will be reading at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Phila Street, Phila, because the owner, Veronica, has become essentially a family member with my family that's already up there and myself. So a lot of good things are there for me ahead. So I actually have more time to take clients, because I'm not doing the 5-card draws and the 8-card draws and the great big huge chunky extended readings. So I'm absolutely able to take clients sometimes day of, if not within a 24-hour turnaround. So watch the video. It's a lot of fun. My mom loves it. So let's just keep that for at least the next 25 years, or until I change my prices again. Otherwise, my Cancerians, this is a really, really good read, particularly with that mantra and cross-watcher. The more that you do that, you're going to call out from within your Cancerian a happier, healthier, wealthier, better feeling version of themselves. And look, having one as a mother, to trust and believe, that's a good thing for all involved, because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So hang in there. You can do this, my beloved crab cakes. I love you. Hang in there. Do your best. Rewrite your subconscious, will ya? Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.